And what it looks like is, you can see where on the belt the webbing is attached to the frame, or to the back panel, and it goes under. So it's a weave, and it weaves this thing together, and it is super duper strong. I mean, you can see that there's not a whole lot of give there on anything. So your primary attachment points are these attachment points. So you have 2 and 3, which gives you 5 attachment points for carrying the load of this back panel, and you have that 3 times. So you have 15 attachment points. I mean, it's almost as good as having a belt that is sewn to a rigid back panel. It's a very good system, and you can see here that this is the panel for the it's the 2 layers of 1000D Cordura that's laminated together. Makes a very rigid panel. When I install my stays, of course they would go in like this, and I weave them. I take the webbing and I just go straight through the belt with the belt laying so, go straight through, and then I weave the stay through just like I do the webbing. It's much more difficult, but I go over, under with the stay, and then the stay goes down into here, which is where the webbing has been ran through, and that creates the bottom pocket. Then I take the webbing up around the stay and under it, and then I bury it under the stay, and that creates a pocket at the top so that my stay doesn't move up and down or work its way out completely. And so where the webbing is a very good point of contact for the belt to the back panel, the stay is undeniably stronger. There's no wiggle room at all, nothing. So again, about 45 pounds and more, if you're going to carry that kind of weight, I recommend the stays. So now we are on to shoulder straps. The shoulder straps come with an area of pals on them like this, and just like anything else, it's going to be a weave. Okay, so we're going to go over, under, and they're going to attach to the back panel right here. And the thing about this is it's adjustable up and down as far as you want to go. You don't have to use all 3 of these. You know, if you're very long torsoed and you need to use the top 1 or 2, you don't want to put that 3rd one in there. You don't have to, especially if you're carrying lighter weights, under 35 pounds or so. The only difference would be obviously, if you weave between 3, then you have, again, 5 attachment points. The weight is going to be spread out over 5 attachment points instead of just, if you use 2, then that'll be 3 attachment points, because there'll be 2 on here and then 1 on the pack. And obviously the berry's going to take some of that weight and everything else, but just know that if you're carrying really heavy loads and you have a long torso and you want to use just 2 of these, it might be in your best interest to get a longer panel so that you can use all 3 or either one. Like I said, M.O.L.L.E will build anything you want. So what you do is, to fit this up, easiest thing to do is get some big giant safety pins and pin this where you think you want it. Yay or yay or yay or whatever. Make sure that you're putting the shoulder pad pals in between the pals on the backpack, and then put a pin or 2 in it, and then try it on for fit. Okay? Because you may have to move it up 1 or down 1. You can even cross it, like on mine. I start on the 2nd column in. And then I cross it to the outside column so that I have a V shape. But we're going to show the straight way to do this right now. So what you do is, it's kind of opposite. Not kind of opposite, it's kind of the same, except you're going the other direction. So you take this 2-inch webbing. Now this is the 2-inch webbing I'm talking about. See how it curls up right there? You want to make a good effort See how it curls right there? You want to make a good effort to keep that nice and straight. Okay. So what you do is you take this webbing, which is the McIntyre webbing, and you pull it all the way down. And see, this is going to loop over, so we're going to thread this through here, like so. It's easier to start a corner. Get it through. Again, making sure it doesn't get twisted, and you want to keep it, you know, pretty straight. Spread the load over the entire thing. Again, go back through here. This. Try to keep it straight. Go through here. Bit of trouble here. There. Through. Keep it straight. Again. Through. Back panel. Keeping it straight. Through. Back panel. Keeping it straight. Okay. Now, you're out. Okay. You have all this tail left over. And my tails are very long because I use them in conjunction with just the belt, without the back panel, just the belt. Yours won't be this long. So your bury, you know, you're going to go under, over, under, and then just bury it back down. So we're going to do the same thing here. It's just mine has to go a few more spaces to take up the extra slack because of my long tails. And that's another thing. If you want to use the belt in conjunction with the front pack, you have to have the back straps, the backpack straps. If you want to use it as webbing to hold additional gear on the packs, on the shoulder straps, then you obviously have to have the shoulder straps. So you need to tell Mac that when you order it, and he'll make them longer to accommodate that. So you can see, all I'm doing is I'm just wrapping this thing 2 or 3 times to take out the extra slack. And I'm going to take it down here. I'm just going to bury it behind everything. Make a nice big lump there. Okay? And your backpack, your straps are attached. And that's it. So you come over here and you have, at the end of the panel here, at the end of the back panel, you have 2 1-inch straps with side release buckles on them. You can see I've taken and sewn a piece of green, muted green. I like to have loops anyway on my pack strap so I can stick my thumb in there to tighten it down. And these didn't have loops, so a good way to add a loop and differentiate between which one is which was to make it a different color. And that's what I did. So I made a different color. It just snaps in here, and now you have your pack, your strap attached. You do the other one the exact same way. I'm going to turn the camera off, I'm going to do that, and then we'll be back.